All right, all right, all right, all right, all right, all motherfucking right. Let's go. What's going on, ladies? Let me get a one if you can hear me. Let's see. All right, no nakers, no mammies. I see what you got going on there. Discarded Roses is here. Crystal's here. Who else? We got Mistress Rogue. How you doing, baby? Venus is here. Dust Free Black Woman is here. We got Buffy the Dusty Slayer in this bitch. Ladies, disclaimer. Tonight is going to be, it's normally rough around here because we always tell the truth, and it is what it is, and a lot of people don't accept that. Now it's going to get really, really ugly. No, this is not a beef tonight. No, I'm not calling out anybody. We're just going to tell a truth that if after tonight you hear this and put this way and you don't divest, then good luck to you. You probably will never divest until something tragic happens, and I hope that that never happens to you. Let me put that out there. Okay, there's a lot of bullshit going on. There's always a lot of bullshit going on. Okay, tonight, I'm just here to tell you they don't have it. They do not have it. They never have. They never will. Well, who are you talking about, DZ? I'm talking about these creatures that you keep calling black men. It takes a lot of things that I'm going to list for you tonight to conquer. And here's the deal. Conquering is not pretty. I see a lot of you in comment sections, not you ladies that's in the chat right now. That's not what I'm talking about. When I say I see a lot of you, I mean black women. They're everywhere quoting history, telling you how awful slavery was, telling you all of the horrible, egregious things that's happened to black women, men, and children. They tell you about the quartering, the hanging, it's just bloodshed. Let me ask you a question. Were you not aware that conquering motherfuckers required bloodshed? Did you think that they were going to pull up to where niggas was, right? And say, listen, homeboys on the continent, I got a deal for you. Here's a bouquet of roses. Now, let me tell you this. I got a plan. Right? Wait. Hear me out. I got a plan. I'm going to put y'all sexy asses on this boat. And we're going to take a 3-month fucking ride to another continent, right? And don't worry, it's kind of like Carnival Cruises. You're going to have a whole bunch of space, good food, all that good shit. Because I'm conquering you right now. Keep listening. So when you get on this boat, there's going to be a whole bunch of room to swim. There's going to be activities aboard. There's going to be room for your families. When we get there, right? The housing. Oh my God, the housing, 3,600 square foot of nothing but amazement. I'm talking about bay windows, can lights, all that good shit, right? Did you think that conquering somebody looks that way? Because I see a lot of delusional bullshit going on, and it's disgusting. When men conquer other groups of men, the shit gets barbaric. There's no way to conquer another group of men without it being absolutely distasteful and heartless, okay? And the people that y'all calling y'all men don't have it. They're not strategic. They're not none of that shit. And by the way, they didn't want to do it for you. You were not worthy. Let me go ahead and share my screen because we got to get this shit popping. I'm sick of the delusion. I'm sick of hearing about what the barbarism that went the fuck down back in the day. I'm tired of hearing, did you know that they did redlining and our schools was fucked up? That's part of conquering your funky ass men. Now, if you have a problem with the way they got conquered, you should have turned to that motherfucker and said, what the fuck? Are you a beta? Are you sitting up here let this happen to me and my babies? Is this what's going on? You have put the onus on the white man to do it nicely. There's no such thing as conquering nicely. Are you out of your goddamn mind? It looks horrible. It's a nightmare. That's how you win. That's how you take. You have to rip people's babies apart. Bitch, you're gonna stop being delusional around me. I'm tired of hearing about that shit. Your men didn't have it, and they still don't. It requires a lot that they don't have. First of all, courage. Your men are pussies. Do you understand? You know when they show courage? When they fixing to go upside your motherfucking head. They reserve all that shit for you. but they intertwine their fingers behind their back and put their heads down when real men show the fuck up. Huh? You got to get out of this delusion. I'm not bullshitting with y'all. Don't tell me nothing more about no slavery. Don't tell me nothing more about how vicious all that shit is. And to be honest with you, right? You're still getting it done to you by the niggas. All that barbarism that you claim is just disgusting. It's still happening to you. Huh? You already know about the baby with the alligator. We'll get there. But you complain about that. Motherfuckers doing like, did you know they used to feed our babies the alligators? Yup, in 1800. But check it out. Last Tuesday, Tyrone did the same thing. Where's your life? Where is it? They don't have courage. They don't have leadership. Have you ever seen an area that's led by a naker? That shit is trash. Trash. Nothing is provided for. What they do is ask real leaders, can you help us? All they do is put on the cap, right? And then they continue to beg other motherfuckers just like they do today. They have nothing. They can't build anything. And shit is not going to change. I am so fucking tired of hearing about that bullshit. What else don't they have, right? Organization. We just went over that shit. They don't have any goals. You know what your goal... In order to conquer a whole group of motherfucker, you have to have goals that are written the fuck down. The white man did that. He did that and won. You haven't accepted defeat that's hundreds, some say even thousands of years old. Aaliyah, do you want to jump in on this? Because I can rant about this shit for the next 2 hours.
Oh, I can. And see, I think what it comes down to is that Black people, especially Black women and Black men, but Black women especially, because they're the ones who keep dredging up the past. And I see talking about all of that alligator shit and all of this shit the most. You need to pull your head out of your asses. They don't understand anything about the art of war. I don't give a shit what they say, which I find ironic for people who love to go to war with people all the time, mainly their own people, but they really don't understand the art of it. And we've already talked about this before. Life is not fair. It never was fair and it never will be fair. Get over it. It was never meant to be fair. We don't always get what we want or what we think we deserve in this life. War is just that. War. Nobody is going to give you anything. You either win or surrender. It's just that simple. Competition is just that, a competition. You either rise to the occasion and compete to win or you lose. We've already established that. These niggas have already lost the war among men and they surrendered a long time ago. That's why their only opponent now is someone who they think they can win against, which is the Black women. They can't bully or push around these other groups of men, especially not when their communities back them up. So what do? They take it out on the people they think they can beat up on, the Black women and their children. That's what they do.
Let me check something. And I agree 100% because like I said, this gonna get a little squeamish. Okay. Because motherfuckers like to pretend like they're just appalled. Oh my God. Did you see Runaway Pete or whatever the hell that nigga name is? Y'all know the Google stock photo with all them damn scars on that dude back. Y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. Yeah, I seen it. And LJ, are you dusty? All right, I'm assuming you dusty, and I'm gonna send you back to the back, okay?
Oh, I'm sorry, DZ. I came here by mistake. I just wanted to listen. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. I'll send you back to the chat. It's all good, boo.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Give me a second, y'all. And remove this this alpha off this goddamn computer. Snapple, what's happening, boo?
I wish I knew what you were talking about. What photo? I'm so lost.
Well, there's a picture of a slave, a Black dude, who has an entire back full of scars. And Black women like to show that to everybody. Look at what they did. Listen, bitch, that's what happens when you get captured. It's ugly. I'm sorry.
It's the way they completely bypass what's happening currently.
Mm-hmm.
Like the things that their men are doing right now, they completely overlook that and they want to continue to go back to the past and use all that shit as a crutch as to why they think it's okay to be dusty. It's all it is an excuse. They just, I mean, I'm so over it. I always say, y'all niggas was not slaves. Y'all mammies was not slaves. Stop it. Y'all wasn't in Jim Crow either. Just stay current, please. Keep up.
Strategy, right? What nigga you know? What black man you know has a strategy to do anything but have you suck his dick down to the base? They actually have a word for that. They call it game macking. They're teaching other black men how to go ahead and con you out of some coochie. As far as strategy on how to own, build, that type of shit, provide, have a community, they can't do it. Not only, even if they wanted to, ladies, they can't do it. There's nothing strategic about a black dude. Go ahead, Ebony.
Chess. Everybody knows what chess is, right? It's a game of strategy. It's basically a three-dimensional little world where you basically wage war. And you basically, you're the tactician. The other person tries to outmaneuver you, right? So once if your queen is captured, you're dead, right? You lost. That's what happened. Black men sold their queens out.
Immediately.
They didn't even try to strategize. They just said, "Okay, man, here you go. Here you get all of them you can, and just don't just let us have a little bit."
Don't
As a matter
forget,
of fact, you were the first ones to go.
I
You
was
were the
just about.
first ones to go into that chattel situation. They use you as a resource, as cargo, an item, kind of like they do today with all that T wording. Come on, YouTube with the bullshit. T wording, just here it has kicking in the end. You know what I'm talking about. They don't like you to say that type of shit around here, so I just have to improvise.
But one more
Ladies,
thing.
yes, ma'am.
One more thing. The whole slavery thing, if you really, 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 really dig deep, ladies, it was only a business transaction. Your suffering, your difficulty, your misogynoir was nothing but a business transaction that they also, black men, capitalize it from. So yeah, just saying.
Do I need to go here? Do I need to go here? Because technically you're just his resource. He's even using you as a resource today for food, shelter, sex, protection, right? His health care, his goddamn ego. And you're doing a great job. They are a fucking mess. You have fluffed this nut so much the nigga is getting ready to fly away. Do you understand what I'm telling you? You are fluffing him, so you are coming at the other women. You're his resource. When I say resources, I'm talking about lumber, money, gold, that type of shit. Your men don't have it, right? But Africa is the richest resource. Let me tell you something. The richest continent with the resources. Let me tell you something. That got snatched. So who does it belong to? Zaddy. So he owns a continent with all the resources on it. You better get your shit together. Let's keep going. They ain't got shit. You as resource. Ha! They have to have love for the people that they are protecting and provided for. Listen, they don't have any love for you. I don't know how else to tell you this. And let me tell you this too. The men that are protecting you have to be very, very ruthless. Ruthless. That means that if anybody gets in his way, he gonna take them the fuck out. That's what you witnessed with black folk. Okay? If the shit was flipped, this would have never happened to you. Do you understand what I'm saying? Your strategy for sitting up here trying to get out of the situation is to try to guilt other motherfuckers into not being what they are, right? Zaddy is a conqueror. He is. He's a minority on this goddamn planet as far as men go, and he beat everybody. Think about that shit for a second. So now you're sitting up here begging, don't do that. That's not right. What about you? Don't you have any compassion? Do you have any sympathy? That shit goes out the window when it's time to conquer. And let me tell you something, if you haven't realized, your men are conquered. And it's irreversible. That's the other part that you don't want to hear about. It's irreversible. They don't have any way to get out of it, right? They're satisfied with the way shit is because all they wanted to do is have the pick of the mill of women, right? They got that. They can be with whoever the fuck they want to be with, and they keep telling you that you ain't it. You're bottom tier. We'll get there in a second. Go ahead, Aaliyah.
I mean, like I was saying before, it's competition, it's war. A lot of Black women don't understand this either. It's not just the men who don't seem to understand this. That's why you got all this crying and whining, all this begging going on. Do you expect your conqueror to have mercy on you? Like DZ said, I mean, if he's gonna buy you flowers and take you out to dinner, it doesn't work that way. The only thing these women want to compete over is frivolous shit like men. They're to argue over their pussies and who fucks and sucks better and all this shit. And they don't understand that if you want to be the best at anything, you have to show people why you are the best. And so that goes especially for the men because they are the ones expected to be the strength of the community, something your men has never shown. So this is why they're not respected. And I'm still trying to figure out, like, what do you want people to do?
Look, I'm confused. They've told you everything that they need to tell you. They did. Ladies, this shit is irreversible. I'm not saying that it wasn't ugly. It was ugly. And a lot of Black women don't divest because of some shit that happened in the 17 and 1800s. Ma'am, it is 2023. And these men sitting up here talking to you like shit. Huh? They're talking to you like shit. And then here you go, throwing him on your back, literally. Huh? Look at this bullshit. Do you think that a group of men that didn't protect, provide, problem solve, make you a priority deserve some shit like this? This is y'all, right? Showing the fuck off. I got this. Okay, he got the door. Then he know he's being watched, so he's gonna signal at the camera like I got this bitch. There it is.
Is that a girl?
That is a woman carrying
Oh
this
my
grown ass
God.
man up the fucking stairs. Are y'all kidding me right now? Are y'all serious right now? I can't. Snapple, you got anything on this fuck shit that's on the screen?
That is just disgusting. I'm like appalled, but this is actually a very vivid depiction of the mammy in action with her king. That's how it is. You know, she's the provider, she's the protector, she's paying the bills, she's getting things done. Oh hell! Oh, I'm sorry, I'm still looking at it. She put him down in a wheelchair. Lord, have mercy.
That's her
I'm going to
man.
hell.
Do
I'm
you
sorry.
understand?
If you show that to, oh my God, he would be cussing.
I mean, the thing is, they get mad and cop an attitude when we call them fucking mules. But she's literally carrying him on her back. That's a fucking mule, honey. That's what this is. You're letting him break you down. This is crazy as fuck. Because I'm pretty sure he's not a light person. And she's carrying that shit on her back. But like I said, you get mad when we call them mules. And see, this is the thing. As men, they haven't even tried to step their game up. Like they said, all they do is beg. And that goes double for reparations. And while I'm talking about that subject, because we were talking about the resources and all of this other thing, if you are a Black woman and you are up in your feelings because we said these nakers don't need reparations, you need to reevaluate your life and go get your head examined. Because who in their right mind would want the same niggas to have reparations who said that single mothers shouldn't be getting it? Which means that if they had their fucking way, a lot of y'all wouldn't get shit. Meanwhile, the same women advocating for them to get it is the same women they don't want to have it. It's the same single mothers they have created and abandoned. That's the bullshit I'm talking about. And just what the fuck do you think is gonna happen for you once they actually get those reparations? But y'all go off, sis. Just keep helping them get the shit they need, and so they can run the fuck off and splurge on these other groups of women. See, bitches this dumb can't say shit to us or about us until y'all start sucking these niggas dick from the back, which is conveniently also right by his ass. Now, I don't mind getting disrespectful. So if you want to do it, let's do it.
The most upsetting thing about that was, ladies, did y'all see that? Number one, she filmed it. Number two, she was proud of what she did.
Yes, that's
She
what
was
bothered me.
she was proud of that shit. Mermacorn, is this your real account? Just making sure you know ding-a-ling swinging.
No, there's no dangling. It's me.
How you doing, boo?
I'm doing well. Hello, everyone.
Hey.
I was just going to say back to your earlier point, um, they weren't even actually conquered. Like that's the real tea.
I know what you're
They
getting ready
gave
to say because
themselves
they didn't
up.
fight back. Yeah, I knew
They
you
There
was
was
gonna
no
go there.
fighting.
Yeah.
There was not even a surrender. To be at war with someone, you have to put up a fight.
This
You
is the
cannot
deal.
claim yourself as conquered.
Mermacorn, let me tell you. Now, picture, ladies, all of you. You're at the store, right? And a woman comes up and she start dusting your ass off. I mean, kicking your ass, and you don't fight back. You still got your ass whooped, regardless whether you fought back or not. That's why you was conquered. You understand what I'm saying? If
I
you
see
got
that. Yes, that's true. But I'm talking about for the mammies that are online screaming about,
oh,
"Oh,
okay.
I can't look at what they did to us." No, they didn't do it to you. Like you gave yourself up as a willing participant. And for everyone saying, "Look how bad it was," it couldn't have been. This may be an unpopular opinion, but it couldn't have been that bad because where was the fighting? Harriet
DZ,
Tubman is like the only person, really, right, that we know of on record that actually fought and got beat and did all of the things that are necessary to show that you are unhappy about a situation. Where were
DZ,
the
Yes,
nakers?
ma'am.
can I say something silly?
Absolutely.
Okay, regarding that little clip of that woman bringing this dude upstairs. Now, I know many Black women who would rather pull themselves up on the steps rather than let a man, a real man, pick them up and put them in a chair.
Look, if the roles were reversed, that nigga would have left her a long time ago. She'd have been sitting on the goddamn curb. Like, where the hell did he go? He said he was coming back. They not getting ready to do that for you. I don't think I have to tell you that shit because you see it in real time. What you're doing is begging them to do so, right? Ruthlessness. Anybody that's fighting for me, I want that motherfucker to be ruthless. Protect me at all costs. You're not going to get that from a Kane. Number one, he doesn't want to. And number two, he can't. Number three, he doesn't think you're worth it. Anybody that's protecting me from certain danger or death, I want them to take no shorts. Period. Whatever you got to do, take motherfucker's head off, age be damned. But hey, since you're not worth it and you're co-signing this bullshit, go right the fuck ahead. It's going to be ugly. It's always been ugly. And what's coming down the pike, that's going to be ugly too. Okay? People gonna pass by your motherfucking ass. I had to edit that word because we on YouTube. Ladies, it requires a little bit of violence. Did you hear what I said, mammies? It requires it. Nobody is going to acquiesce without it. You have to instill fear in the person you're trying to conquer. Did you hear what I said? I don't know what you expected for them to give Black men a pedicure. Is that what you was looking for? No, ma'am. Let's keep going. It requires bloodshed of everybody involved. So when you sit up there and tell me, I got an inbox this week, y'all, of this bitch telling me on my Gmail, you know they used to quarter our men. I said, yes. Anything else? Do you know what quartering is? Yes. Anything else? You don't have a problem with that? I said, no. I don't know what you think you fixing to tell me to keep me from leaving that shithole of a community, but you're going to have to come stronger than that. All right? Shit. Snapple. What's happening, boo?
Yeah, I'm glad you called me because I was trying to jump in. I actually, when you were talking about the V word that we ain't supposed to say, they want the Kangs to be soft and, frolicking. And so actually, yeah, they're not really trying to have them out here being warriors or anything like that. Like, they try to make them, we can't have shit. So anything that gets trending for Black women, they don't want their kangs to get a hangnail. They want them on the cover of magazines with their lips poked out, doing the trout mouth. So yeah, they can't relate to that V word.
Of course not, because see, the thing is, we've already touched on this briefly. When you think about other communities, like even when we went back and discussed ancient Greece, the thing is, they're still referring to fully grown males as boys and children, and it's like, really? They're still running around calling these things babies. And they're even going by this in their rap names, which shows the immaturity. Everything is infantilized when it comes to them. It's just so immature and it's just so childish. So they stay in a perpetual state of childhood. They're like overgrown toddlers running around, and they have a whole group of women that have coddled them and enabled them to this point. And this is why you have no men. Whereas those other communities, they got those boys ready for war early. It was an honor. It was an honor to defend their country. It was an honor to defend their women. It was an honor to defend their people, period. And it was an honor to die if they had to. That was something they were willing to die for. It didn't matter whatever happened. But honor was a big thing too. And honor is something else they don't have. So, I mean, like I said, again, it comes down to these people not really understanding the art of war. They just talk a whole bunch of shit all the time. But when it comes down to it, they really is not prepared for what all war entails. You go in, you conquer, you do what you have to do. And yes, most of the time, the women are the spoils of war. It just is what it is.
You don't want to talk about that part. When in a war, ladies, the men that win, the women and children usually go with those men. Do I need to say that again? When men fight, the group of men that won, the women and children go to their community. It just is what it is. This is why you sitting up here in the state that you're in now. I'm talking about the community itself. All these entitlement programs, all of this guilt tripping, all of this marching, all this begging, suffering, trying to get legal aid, trying to get Medicaid, trying to get somebody to do it for you. And it's very, very kind, to be honest with you, that shit even exists. Because technically, if this was the olden days, your ass would have just died where you were. There were no entitlement programs. Whenever there's a zaddy around, I just want y'all to look at this picture. This man's hands is down to his side. I'm talking about your nigger. He's in order. He's quiet. He's not fighting back. He's waiting on what to do next. Okay? You Afro puff bitches that keep talking about how strong they are, I don't see it. I see a weakling. But whenever it's time to go upside your head, this is him right here. He ready to go. Oh, he's a fucking soldier at that point. He is undefeatable. Listen, welcome to the panel, Mrs. Rogue. How are you?
I am wonderful. How are you, ladies?
Fucking amazing.
Wonderful.
Okay. Well, Aaliyah, I'm so glad you brought up the Spartans. I love the Spartan men. I love the ancient Greeks because they were about that action. The last time where we left off was our kids going into the young men going into the agoge. Now, the Spartans were also smart in that they also trained their women on how to do basic evasive maneuvers. So those women were very well trained in the art of war too. Sun Tzu said the supreme art of war is to subdue your enemy without fighting. Look, let's just keep it all the way buck all the way up here tonight. White men did that. Y'all can be as mad as y'all want to be about white men conquering the world, but they did what they had to do in order to stay on top of the motherfucking food chain. Now, you can get up out your feelings about that. Number two, and he also says in the art of war something along the lines of is to defeat your enemy, you must become the enemy. But here's the thing: Black men did become an enemy. They just ain't swinging up. They know damn well that white men got this world on lock. Asian men are closely behind him. The Middle Eastern zaddies is in the ring. Everybody in the ring, and he laying down in the corner getting a pedicure somewhere because y'all scraping this nigga to scrape a nail. We gonna keep it all the way 100 here tonight. Not to mention, even before all that shit was going on with the Arab slave trade and then the transatlantic slave trade, are we gonna forget how y'all were selling y'all daughters at like bridal markets and shit because y'all always deem women weak up until the one lady, God, what is her name? Queen Nzinga, I believe her name was, who faced off with the Dutch and kept them at bay for 30 years, whereas other male tribal chieftain actually basically yielded to power. It's always been you, Black woman. You've always been the warrior. You can get as mad as you want with us about it, but y'all can't debate facts. And the facts say this: your men are weak, they're defeated, they're conquered, and they're comfortable in that position as long as you don't say anything to rile them up.
Everything that y'all claim is barbaric from what happened back in those days, Black men are doing it to you today. Do you see how double-sided you look when you sit up here talking about branding, hanging, beating, starving, all that shit there? I have seen all of y'all, right? In 2023, we're only 4 months in. I've seen beating, hanging. Y'all remember our diaspora show? I've seen burning, drowning, strangling, all that shit. And now we have the alligator situation. Wait a minute. Now, you said all of that shit was barbaric, bitch. So where is your content about it? Oh, that's right. You have to show I'm not gonna go there. I'll tell y'all in Discord. Just remind me, okay? You're showing some other crazy shit, but you skip over this type of shit. What about Passion? Because that's that young lady's name, who was stabbed 100 times. Hold on. I need a moment of silence. 100 times. Y'all, do you know how long it takes to inflict 100 stab wounds? Okay, I don't know if this child was alive when he tossed it. I don't have the details on that. But listen, they had to pull that kid out of the mouth of alligator. Now, you said that that's what they used to do back in the day, that it was barbaric and terrible. But what you're going to do with this particular story right here is say it's just him. I already know all your tactics. That's what you do. When a white person does something, it's all white people. When a Black man does something, it's just that Black man. It's weird. I thought that you... Go ahead. My bad.
Me or you?
I heard you come off mute.
Okay. Some of the things that you guys have been saying here are very poignant, but...
What? Wait. Miss, that child was alive? I didn't know that.
No!
I didn't want to speak on it because I wasn't sure. But the comment section saying the child was alive.
Okay.
I'm done.
Okay, you guys are talking about war. You're talking about conquering. The only time when somebody goes in and takes over a people, and they usually take the women and children and they become absorbed into that society. The only time they don't is when they're trying to commit genocide. Stay with me here. And I truly believe that this is what is happening from Black men. This is genocide. They didn't have to wait till the white boys tried to do it. The white boys didn't even try to do it. This is genocide of your own people.
Every time I look up, are you still claiming them, Ebony? Them is they.
No, they ain't my folks.
I always have to bring a receipt before I say something. This is from my Patreon inbox. This was sent to me yesterday, but I just want to show y'all something real quick because after all the shit that y'all did, stomp in the yard, being there, being the person that all he had was you. Even when he was starving, some of y'all had to breastfeed these niggas. Hello, somebody. Y'all were breastfeeding starving men. But let's see what they think about you. And this goes with our little update on our 7 baby daddy thing. And I'm getting ready to go somewhere with this shit because this is absolutely absurd. Let's go.
Why y'all keep thinking my 7 baby mamas are Black? I wouldn't fuck a Black woman with a hazmat suit on. Why would I want Black babies? 9 times out of 10, they gonna be aborted. And 10 out of 10, that black baby ain't gonna have no married black parents. So why would I even try to procreate with a black woman? You got white women, Asian women, Mexicans, then black. Which one you think I want? I want the top tier, baby. Stop assuming that I got 7 black women pregnant when you don't even know me. Talking about I'm affecting the black community. Y'all got the wrong nigga. And another thing, black women got the most baby daddies. Now, think about that shit. Black women are averaging 1.5 to 2 baby daddy. Why would I want something like that? And
Listen, ladies, this is what they think about you. Oh, don't tell me, right? That's just him. But I want to bring up a point because what I told her in that message, and y'all saw it up there, I said, watch these, I can't say that up here, watch these women have a meltdown because those women were white. Now, this is the thing. You are out of your goddamn mind if you give a fuck about that. And I knew this was going to happen. So I saved the video and just waited. And I'll be damned. Now it's not about him being a horrible fucking father. It's about who he picked. Okay? You're still upset that he didn't pick you. Ladies, he just sat up here and said the women that were his sustenance and covering, he wouldn't fuck them with a hazmat suit on. And this is available for everybody to see in wherever TikTok's available. Okay. And it's not just him. It's a whole bunch of these niggas that's saying it, but all of them feel that way. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? Go ahead. I see you off mute.
See, here's the thing. When it comes to this case, to stab somebody 100 times is the definition of overkill. Do you know how long, who could determine in something like that what the final stab wound was that actually killed her? And he just kept going and going and going. So you just stab somebody over 100 times. That just shows the brutality and the intense hatred and the need to just annihilate and destroy. He hated this woman. Maybe she didn't know it, but he hated her. And then this baby, he just went ahead and threw it to alligators. What he wanted is he didn't want the baby's body found at all, basically, is what I'm saying. They never would, if they would have, those alligators was been really successful, they never would have recovered his body to even know what he did, what had happened to him. That's how fucked up they are.
She's 20 years old. Okay. Y'all know how old I am. I say it all the time. This girl didn't live long enough to buy her first legal drink. She didn't live long enough to get a master's degree. She didn't live long enough to travel as an adult, right? Because, hey, it is what it is. She was 20 years old. That child was 2, which means she was already fucked up in the game before she was even old enough to buy a pack of cigarettes, to be honest with you. They are taking y'all out so fucking fast. It's ridiculous. You don't even get to celebrate with your nieces anymore. Oh, you 21, let's go have a cocktail together and talk. They're not living long enough to even do that. And then when you say this shit, they want to bring up slavery. Ma'am, you're getting the slavery treatment now from those very men that you are so upset that we talk about. What?
And as for the other motherfucker, see, I still stand by everything I said in the first video where we talked about him. The color of his baby mamas is irrelevant to me. I specifically said that no black men stood up to check him because they feel the same way that he does. They just have more tact than to say it out loud. That still stands. The message was for black women, so the message will always remain the same. He represents everything you don't want in a man and everything we said they are. Rude, disrespectful, morally corrupt, financially bankrupt, violent, disgusting pigs. I mean,
let me show y'all real quick how bad he got on her ass. He got on her ass so bad, y'all, that he ended up cutting himself up.
A father is in St. Pete jail accused of killing his 2-year-old son and his son's mother. Police say they found his son Talon inside the jaws of an alligator last night. just a day after his mother was found dead in her apartment with stab wounds.
The affidavit states cuts to his hands and arms appear to stem from times the blade slipped during the stabbing. Now Thomas Mosley faces 2 counts of first-degree murder.
He was on her ass so bad that he was stabbing himself at the same time. That is hate. That's hate. But look, I guarantee you while he's in there, because I'm sure he's going to get life, you're going to have a mammy ass bitch pen paling him. I swear to you. Give it 2 years. This is how sick and attached and addicted these women are to these crazy ass motherfuckers. This is not going to even shock some people to know that she was hit 100 times with a goddamn knife, left on the bathroom floor to start decomposing. What more do you need to know when somebody this young got this much hate for a Black woman? I mean, what has he been through at 21, right? I don't understand it. I think Murmurcorn trying to get back up here. Hold up a second. I think I see her. Go ahead, Mrs. Rogue. I see you off mute. I'm trying to get her back up here.
So 2 things. It's definitely overkill, Aaliyah. But do y'all notice what I like? This is what I was talking about with Sun Tzu. They have all this pent up rage, but they will never swing at men. But they take liberties at swinging at y'all. But y'all bitches is lining up to get swung on. Like I don't get the fucking appeal. If you have no money, you have no power, you have no education, you incarcerated more than you're out in the free world. What about that screams? Let me give you some pussy. Did I miss the memo, or the boat sank before it left the dock, or what have you? I'm just not getting the fucking appeal. And you already know what's going to happen. They're going to be like, oh, well, he was mentally ill. We need to pray for that brother. Look, y'all always talk about how we are here loving on the cops, because I've seen that in the comment sections in some places. But I bet this young lady wishes now, if she was still here tonight, that a cop had given that motherfucker a neck massage. Y'all can get up here if you want to and flap your goddamn wings for these niggadactyls and Tyrannosaurus Rexes if you want to, but ain't nobody finna do no shit like that. That ship is sailed. It is over. Everybody is sick of y'all shit, and I'm so glad to see it.
I have a question. What
Yes,
is
ma'am.
that weapon that has an arrow and you shoot it? It's
Crossbow?
yes. After looking at this, I need a crossbow.
Ladies, I'm on the fence about something right now because I'm trying to show y'all everything these niggas is doing to you. You know, sometimes the receipts bitches don't give a fuck about the receipts. It's just that particular Black dude, but whatever. It's this Black woman. I'm debating on whether this is even community guideline friendly. I have to describe it to you first, and then y'all tell me what you want me to do. Okay. If not, I'll just show it in Discord. She, of course, has her apartment. Black woman, young Black woman. She moved her man in there because, of course, he's broke, dusty, and he needs help. Well, she came home from work early. Of course, he's fucking another mammy. He comes out of the room, and there's blood all up his stomach because he's in there fucking this girl while she's on her cycle in this woman's bed. Do you understand what I'm saying? They have so many of y'all to choose from that nasty, stupid shit like this is happening. And she's filming the shit, okay? Trying to shame him once again. Y'all know how they do on these platforms, trying to shame Black men because of what they do. They're not ashamed of it. They're not ashamed of it. Okay? I don't know if that's going to be friendly for up here. I got it uploaded, but shit. Yes, ma'am.
I'm about to say something tonight, and and I know they're about to be pissed off on Ashy Lip Alley, but mammies and niggadactyls should not be allowed to have social media. I wish they would start charging for these profiles, maybe $10, $15 a month. You would see a steep decline in their participation in the online sector. I'm quite frankly tired of them getting on here with this attention-seeking behavior. Girl, you ain't shaming that nigga. Everybody know you gonna take his ass back. But 2 hours from now, y'all gonna make up and you gonna be fucking in the same spot he was fucking the other bitch. But I don't think they're gonna let you show that up here.
I'm with Aaliyah. They just need to stop procreating. I'm done.
I'll take
I can't.
I'll take your description. I'll take your word for it. I don't think that's Yeah.
Yeah, we'll show that tonight in Discord.
Well,
But
I'm not surprised. I mean, we said it on the last show, like this is what they do, but people gonna pretend like this ain't been what's been going on in these Blackistan relationships. Like they are incapable of being faithful to just one woman. Like this is the shit that they do. And even if when you do go to work and they don't work, you think they are staying at home to do what they need to do around the house to make life easier for you and thinking that, hey, she holding me down, this the least I can do. Hell no. He's somewhere either trying to find another bitch to fuck in your car, your house. This is how they repay you. They don't give a shit. They only care about them and their raggedy ass dicks. And to be honest with you, black women are childish as fuck too. That's the reason why shit like this keeps happening. Black women are childish. You don't look at a man for his resources, what he has, his assets, money, power, respect. See, y'all tell people that all that shit don't matter. See, that's the shit that y'all want to tell everybody. What about love? What about his character? And then y'all will go out and find pieces of shit like this to be with and procreate with. But it's what about his character? Don't worry about it. Don't worry about that. And it's like, girl, bye. This is how you end up with that bullshit like that. And it's like they are childish. They want to look good. He chocolate. He tall. Girl, he got dreads. He bow-legged. He look a certain way. And it's like, girl, if you don't get your ass the fuck out of here with that shit, that shit that don't mean nothing. Oh, but he got a big dick, though. Girl, that's what the fuck I'm talking about.
By the way, y'all, that's so fucking ridiculous. Coming from a nurse, when a person is bow-legged, that means they are vitamin D deficient. Carry on.
Aaliyah, I'm gonna agree with you 110%, but it is not even just that for me. Why the fuck are you talking about their character? Niggas can't spell character. We've already established they can't read past the 3rd grade level, so the cat in the hat for them is advanced reading. But you know what? I get what you're saying. Let's be real here. Let's be real here. If a nigga finished the cat in the hat, he well read. Okay, argue with your mama, not me. It's the truth, you hoes. You mammy hoes.
That's what I said. He don't have shit. They don't even look at shit like that. They don't care. We're sitting up here. They'll see a white boy and call him a white man. I mean, say man. So they say he nerdy. He this. He that. I ain't attracted to that. And it's like you can't even give this person over here a chance, but you'll go with something that look like this motherfucker here on this screen. So you looked at that and thought that was attractive, and you laid with that. And then so you will look at these other groups of men who got way more than what they got, and then say, well, I'm just not attracted to that. And it's like, goddamn, this is what you find attractive? But he got a big dick, though. Yeah, who the fuck was on here talking like that just last year? This fake bitches. That's what I'm talking about. He got a big dick, though.
Does it fly around? Is it a protected species of bird?
Caw.
The cat in the hat.
I was gonna say about why does that guy with the 7 baby moms, why he talk like that with his lip pointing up to the sky? Like you medical ladies, is he having a stroke? I don't know.
No, he just
baby, he's just ugly. Stop.
Yeah.
Like it looked like a disability, but I'm really happy to know that his baby mamas are not black women. That is wonderful.
Thank
I feel like
you.
Celebrate that.
Amen.
That is awesome.
Y'all, as soon as I got sent that fucking video, I said, watch they get mad because these women are not black. I mean, think about what you're saying, though. You're saying you wish that on other black women. I was relieved. It's like, okay, because when he said that he had 7 baby mamas and he didn't like none of them, I assumed that they were black women because that's how they talk about y'all all the time. Then he came out here and said you bottom tier and he need a hazmat suit to fuck on you. And no amount of telling him that he came up out of a black woman's coochie is going to change the way he feels about that, okay? Because he's not trying to fuck on his mama. At least I hope he ain't, because we got stories on that too.
BZ. BZ.
Yes.
So does this mean that green eggs and ham is advanced reading?
No, look, Snapple, I got an answer to your earlier question because my aunt basically says when she see a nigga with his lip turned up like that, he can smell the bullshit coming out of his own mouth. So basically, that's my prognosis for him.
I hope all them babies ain't got crooked mouths like that. I hope they took after their mamas because that shit look crazy to me.
I'm just looking at the dusty, dirty ass wraps, the scarf that he slapped on his damn head. What the fuck? He basically looked like he wearing the same shirt that he recorded in the first video, but he just slapped the damn scarf on his head. Nigga, don't say shit to black women until you go wash your dirty ass. Clearly, he only owns 2 shirts, if that, and his only backdrop is in the front seat of his car. You recorded the very same video looking exactly the same way you did the first time. The response video on top of that. Look, black women, if you don't listen to shit else we say, listen to this. Y'all better stop helping these bombs go viral and helping them eat off black women. That's all they're doing. That's all their lazy, no job having asses is trying to do. He's looking for another viral moment. Do not stop letting them eat off us. Can we at least do that? But I know we won't, because you got to run over there and run your mouth about how you don't care about this, that, and the other. We always do shit like that, and before you know it, he'll be viral again. And there you go. It'll be another check for him. And now he's eating off of dragging the fuck out of black women. But because we don't know how to shut the fuck up, just go ahead and totally disregard everything I just said.
You know what?
Yeah. I'm sorry.
Go ahead,
I
Snapple.
was just gonna say, speaking of viral, I just saw a whole alligator on screen. Why is this story not like nationally being covered and not viral? Like, this shit is crazy to me. And I think he tossed that boy out in there to that alligator out of pure cruelty and evilness. I don't think it was about hiding the body or anything like that. That's just my opinion. I think that was just such a heinous act that he learned from his history lessons and his perpetual victimhood. He probably got a little inspired, as they do with a lot of the tactics that they're using now on black women. They probably are internalizing that shit and lashing out. But it's the protection for me. Like, this story should be like national. It should be running across the news stations all day. This should be like, I'm barely hearing about this. And tonight was the first time I saw the actual alligator. I was like, oh my God.
Well, let me tell you what the deal is, okay? When it comes to white folks media, if they don't cover it, they're racist. If they do cover it continually, they're racist. So they have moonwalked backwards. They told you what happened and moonwalked fucking backwards. Now let's get to the real tea. Who should be covering this all day and all night? That news station that black men built, right? Because they supposedly care about the women and children, according to you mammies, they do. So whenever someone from your group gets fucked up like this, the group that they belong to are usually the ones that are charged with having put the information out there, make sure everybody knows about it. But it gets rid of the argument that niggas don't do this type of shit, right? So they're stuck in a quandary too. I've seen these platforms cover every goddamn black woman that done got fucked up, but they real slow on this one, because you got to find a way to put the shit without throwing black men up under the bus. And that's a very hard sell, especially when they've spent damn near 20 years online trying to tell us our history about how black babies got fed to alligators. This one is a tough one for them. Right, it really is.
You know, if it was a white man that did the same exact thing,
girl.
Yeah, it would just be like a fire blazing everywhere.
But Snapple, remember, because according to that one bitch from BLM, she said that black men learn violence from white men. Do y'all recall that speech?
Yes.
Don't talk to me about violence. We learn violence from you. No, bitch. They were well versed and quite articulate in the art of violence against your ass. But that's the part you gonna negate, because y'all gotta blame everything on everybody else. Anybody trying to hear that bullshit, you can go on with that. That's number one. Number two, the only thing black men have consistently fought for throughout history is, wait for it, y'all, access to non-black women. They wouldn't even fighting for access to your ass. When they got the right to vote, they went to the Supreme Court and said, give me this white bitch. And that's exactly what happened. I don't know why the fuck y'all think. I need black women to learn reciprocity. Because if he's not doing for you, girl, do you know there's a world full of men out there, and most of them got resources if you don't count black men?
What about the guy who threw his 2-month-old in the Mississippi?
We covered his ass too, and guess what?
Exactly.
Black folk didn't cover that shit either, because they a protected class. You can't be telling them everything that they do. Speaking of what Mrs. Rogue just said, they learned everything violence from white men.
Allegedly.
Let's see where he got this from. Weirdo.
The case of Etienne Kabongo proves.
What? You got to be shitting me. No way.
Ew.
I heard the diaspora men were better. Let's
I
keep
don't
going.
know what the fuck this look like.
Ciao.
The value of security cameras on school buses, according to Montgomery County prosecutor John McCarthy.
But thank God we have cameras on buses.
Kabongo had been driving a Montgomery County school bus for 16 years. But by 2018, new camera systems were being installed. And when a mother raised questions about her daughter's encounter with Kabongo, McCarthy said authorities had video they could review.
These are children. They are profoundly handicapped kids, most nonverbal, could not articulate even what happened to them. But
so it goes back to how black men, they go ahead and they attack people that are defenseless. You, generally speaking, women cannot beat up on men. So they beat up on you. He attacked and R-worded children that had disabilities and were non-verbal. Do you think that wasn't strategic? That they couldn't tell what was going on? Huh? This motherfucker has been driving this bus for 16 years and they just recently got cameras. How many of these children had to experience this bullshit with this nigga? Okay, go ahead and get that diaspora going on. Let's go.
But the camera told us the story we needed to have.
Ultimately, McCarthy said investigators documented 4 sexual assaults. Kabongo was sentenced to 40 years in prison this week. School bus cameras also documented an attempted kidnapping of a middle school boy last week in Gaithersburg, according to Steve Randazzo, an executive with Bus Patrol, the company that puts cameras on buses.
In the state of Maryland, we're on 4,751 school buses. So
if it wasn't for this man right here, y'all would have never known that that was happening. You got to love the zaddies. Let's go.
In the state of Maryland, we're on 4,751 school buses. So this is a really proud day for our company because of how passionately we believe school bus safety is.
Much of the attention on school bus cameras is on the automated systems that catch motorists blowing past buses with stoplights flashing. In Maryland, the fines are steep, $250 per ticket, with more than 36,000 tickets issued in Montgomery County last year. The contractor, Bus Patrol, says school districts can opt to use some of that money to install security cameras inside buses too.
The company believes in making the road safer, but it also believes in making the ride to and from school safer.
So yeah, ladies, mammies, divested women, and everybody in between. This man got away with this shit for 16 goddamn years. Okay? You will hear nothing about this. I promise you. If you do, you're going to hear a couple of seconds about it because some people are selling that if you just take your ass across a body of water, that the nakers there are somehow better. They're bad here and there. Ladies, let me tell you something. You have to understand strategy. You have to understand putting yourself first. You have to do this or you're going to end up being one of the people that's going to be called their victims. If you stay, you're volunteering to be their victim. I'm just keeping it real with you. If you weigh out everything, all the signs point to the fact that you need to divest. Point blank, period. Every time you cuddle up under one of these motherfuckers and they do something, you start trying to slide up on the motherfuckers that look like him trying to make a police report right here. Yeah, that corny looking person right there, the one you claim you're not attracted to, the one that's telling you about what's going on your children's school buses by Kunta and them. Huh? Oh, Lady Posh, they not ready for that. You know, according to them, right? They're terrible looking. They're women. They're attracted to look, girl.
Look, whatever they're talking about, y'all over here, but somebody probably hyped that motherfucker head up before him, the one that looked like a horseshoe bat, but y'all don't think this man is cute. This man is out here doing the goddamn work. There's nothing sexier than a man trying to protect the innocent, but y'all don't know nothing about that, okay? If I didn't have a man, I'd be wetter than the motherfucking river over here. I'm so excited about this. You gotta be out your motherfucking mind. That's number one. And number two, DZ, did I hear them right? Did they say for 4 victims, he got 40 years. That's 10 years per victim. How the fuck is that justice?
I don't know, but they need to deport his ass too, because I'm sure Yeah, no, he has a beautiful country that he can go back to when everything's I mean, skyscrapers all over the place, good, clean running water.
Now, DZ, you stop it right now, because last week we saw them out there defecating in public, showing their booty meat. You stop it right now.
I can't, y'all. I can't. It's so self-explanatory to me. Why is it not self-explanatory to you know what? I guarantee y'all a couple of seconds ago when we said the Zaddy was cute or whatever, how they just sat up here and talked about what we childish, but that's childish too. No, ma'am, it's not. I'm gonna tell you why. He's out here fighting crime. He got a successful company. He's protecting your children and his children. All you got over there is a shit log that is required for you to put your lips on the pubic hair, ma'am. That's it. That's childish.
We're just gonna to say what it is. They know all of this stuff. They see all of it. You have no choice but see it. You have access to the same internet that we do. They know the same stories that go viral. The thing is, they see it. They don't give a damn. Let's just be real. They don't give a fuck about nothing but the black man. Fuck the children. Hell, they don't even give a fuck about themselves for real. Because if they did, they would see this shit and take action. They don't give a shit. Everything starts with him and it ends with him. And they will do everything, including die for them. That's just what it is.
No, they dying. Oh, at 4.6 hours. They're dying. All right. And it doesn't bother them in the least. Man, it's the muling. It's the delusion. It's the not accepting what war is. It's not accepting the fact that everybody already knows what your men give. Do you know how crazy you look out here? I don't know how to put it into words about how silly we look out here. And like I said a billion times, I wish I didn't have to walk around here looking like y'all. I really do. I wish that I could just walk around purple if I had to, but that shit, they'll put my ass in a crazy house if I paint myself purple. But I gotta walk around looking like y'all, and y'all doing shit like this. I'd have took that fucking wheelchair and threw that shit over the side of the rail and closed the goddamn door. Are y'all out of y'all mind?
Girl,
And how many
DZ,
flights?
DZ, I identify as an Asian woman. Sorry.
Well, they said I'm Asian too.
I mean, it wasn't even. It make it so bad. She walked up several flights of stairs with him like that. That's ridiculous.
Listen, I'm just gonna be a little cruel tonight. Why the fuck you over here picking up a nigga in his legs and divested on him, girl? You need to stop it right the fuck now. Okay, this is not. This shit ain't gonna fly this evening. I'm just not gonna do this. I'm not participating in this madness. Y'all really out here doing the most. Do black women realize that strategically, that everybody in the whole world already knows that in this little game of war they're playing, that you are like the ultimate queen? Because if they may not say it out loud, but they show you by investing in black women-owned businesses. They show you by providing grants for you to go to school. They show it by the stats of you being #1 business starters. Everybody in the world, be it male or female, no matter what their race is outside of black, understand who the movers and shakers are. So my question to y'all is, why the fuck are y'all trying to basically hand over the power that the world is giving y'all? Because I'm not giving power to a powerless motherfucker. It's just not gonna happen. You're gonna be powered down waiting on me.
Kyra, is this your account?
Hey, DZ. Hey, ladies.
Hey.
Hey, boo.
So what we need to do is talk about the pathology of what's going on.
You don't stop.
Now
She
she's already on it.
Already.
Well, I mean, I thought since we were copying, why? I'm offended, Aaliyah. Why is it that some people can copy but I can't?
I agree with you there. You're right.
Well, Kyra, you can't copy because you're the fucking original. Because if I recall, there was a very profound statement that you made regarding black women being black men's welfare system, and wouldn't you know, somebody took that, honey. You're the original.
I kind of agree. I think that we should be allowed to just start taking other people's shit, mimicking other people all the time. I think that since it seems to be working quite well for other people that do it, I think we should probably start doing it.
But they have nothing to take.
They're just playing one on TV. Once you close the laptop or turn off your device, put it on a charger or whatever, you go to sucking on black dick after you told everybody that black men weren't worth the fuck. Not divested, but play one on TV. That's just all that is, Sometimes the rent be due. But any motherfucking way. Let's go. Where the fuck is my tab?
There are new details tonight about a small town murder investigation. Reynoldsburg police say a man killed his girlfriend and left her body inside her home for several days.
Is that the new thing? Is that what's in this spring, along with fuchsia and red pumps? Leaving Black women in a goddamn apartment bleeding to death. It's happening so much, I can't even keep the names together. I had to open my phone to see the alligator situation girl's name. Her name Passion. Look, I can't keep these names together. Y'all getting it in too fast.
20-year-old Kwanwazwika Kahir is now behind bars at the Franklin County Jail. He appeared in court today. 10 TV's Lacey Crisp is at the Franklin County Jail where he's being held. Lacey.
Well, Reynoldsburg police were called for a well-being check, and when they went to go check out the home, they found the woman's body inside the trunk of a car.
We just didn't even expect anything like this to happen.
Richard O'Neill has grown up next to Susan Ramberg and has known her his whole life.
I saw her boyfriend, and this must have been Thursday around.
And that's why they don't want y'all in their place, okay? And somebody asked me for a subject tonight when we go to Discord. We'll talk about that. This is part of it if you're listening out there, okay? This is everywhere you go, you take these motherfuckers with you, right? And this was a quiet fucking neighborhood before they showed the fuck up. All the neighbors were surprised that this happened, but he's doing some shit that you see on movies, stabbing a bitch up and then throwing her in a goddamn trunk, okay? But folks not even around here stealing Amazon boxes, but when you and your Dusty show up, this is the type of shit that happens in the neighborhood. Welcome to the panel, Nefertiti.
Hey, ladies, thank you for being patient with me being late. I finally got home from work and then I had to eat, but I was watching from the clouds. First off, I am so angry with that whole bus driver thing because it's like, how many? Like how many? And like when you think about nonverbal,
and then it's not going to stop. It's going to go on and on and on. The numbers, you can't count them anymore. The receipts are there.
It's more than that 62, DZ. It has to be. It fucking has. There's no way you're gonna tell. It has to be more than that 62%. It's got to be at least 85. But anyway, I understand. And yes, I wanted to speak out for the whole when they look at white men and they can't find them attractive because they're nerdy. I'm gonna need you to leave the dust and go get you a nerdy man. My nerdy man is building me a gun, like literally printing it from like a 3D printer.
Absolutely.
I'm just saying, like, like what if you all don't understand tact? You're dumb. Get it together and get it together.
Is all that matters is being satisfied sexually. That's it. No money, no housing, no schools, no protection, no nothing. You just have to make sure that you screaming and hooping and hollering like a damn idiot in the bed. Is that what it is? Because if that is it, I'm telling you, you have been malinformed, ma'am. There are some screaming and hollering going on in other folks' beds. I'm just gonna leave that right there because this ain't DZ After Dark.
But my thing though is that we need to stop encouraging them to date men of no color. We don't want those mammies polluting.
You better stop, girl.
No, Kyra,
you don't stop. I
Kyra
just realized what she was doing.
Kyra, you are the patron saint of motherfucking shade. You have been dubbed here tonight, patron saint of shade. I'm gonna get you a whole goddamn medal made before the end of the day. But y'all gonna stop sleeping on them damn nerds, cause Bill Gates, anybody? Cause he's kind of nerdy too, and look what he done. That motherfucker building schools all over the world. Y'all don't. It's not the nerdiness. The fact of the matter is, Black women are just obsessed with Black men. Period. They want to be the only ones for them because they feel like we suffered so much together. Yeah, but no, you wouldn't be suffering if you get with the winning team, sis. And furthermore, like DZ said, you know what? I'm gonna keep that for Discord.
Yeah. Look, we got us another troll down there. Tika said, DZ, I have to correct you. You forgot that home team was building a number of child, honey, listen. It's been so long with that so-called school. Hear me out now. that someone that was born the year that he started taking collections would be graduating in May. Did you hear what the fuck I just said? It's been so long with him taking collections for that school that a baby that was born the year that he started taking collections would be graduating next month. Y'all better leave these niggas alone. They are all talk. They fucking cowards. They're weirdos, and they can't build anything. Not even an online school. All you need is a goddamn laptop for an online school and a program. But hey, it is what it is.
I mean, here's the thing, and about this story here, and I know people are gonna get pissed off because I've seen it in different comment sections. People talking shit about us again when we start talking about these black women with these sons and these men and all this shit like this, where they act like black women don't have to have nowhere to live either. In a minute, here's the thing. This is what happens. You take them with you everywhere you go, and before long, this is exactly what a neighborhood looks like. I literally cannot go to my own gym where I pay rent at this point for that fact alone. Everywhere you go, you take them. I mean, literally, they got codes and shit to the gates. They got codes and shit to the doors. These are the type of bitches that if anything were ever to happen and you need to have somebody at the gate, do not let a mammy bitch at the gate. Cause I guarantee you, instead of her keeping watch, she gonna give a nigga everything and let him come up in there and kill everybody. This the type y'all sell out everybody for this. This the type of shit y'all do. Y'all will sell people anybody up the river. It don't matter who it is. Just give him everything and just let them come on in. Y'all bring these motherfuckers with y'all everywhere they go, and all they bring is death, destruction, and wreaking havoc. They don't know how to act. They constantly breaking up in people's shit. All they do is steal. I don't give a fuck. That is what their pattern is. That is what history shows us. This shit always happen. Every neighborhood they go to, they turn it to shit in no amount of time. That my friend thought I was being hyperbolic until now. Her house is nowhere near what it was worth when she purchased it because of shit like this. And now she's crying the blues. I'm like, no, don't cry the blues, because when I was trying to tell you that when they come and they drive down the property value, now your house is not worth what it was when you bought it or what you could sell it for. I don't want to hear it. This is the shit I'm talking about. And all your neighbors have gotten up and moved the fuck on and left you there. They call that white flight. That's racist, right? Okay, this is what the fuck I'm talking about.
You're not wrong though. Internationally, on the international stage, y'all, Germany, you have Sicily has a whole sector of them sequestered because these black women go to Sicily and they'll do well for themselves. They'll open businesses. The same thing most black women do anywhere they go. Because a black woman, she gonna do what she need to do to make it. I'll give black women that much. The problem, however, persists because you all keep bringing them with you. I have been to Greece. I have been to Spain. I've been pretty much all over goddamn Europe. And the people I talk to have always said the consensus I have gotten is black women and black girls are always welcome. The problem is you keep bringing the men. And when the men come, they bring destruction because they don't know how to be at peace. As for your friend and her property values, that's why they get mad when you call the police. Because, hi, I'm Mistress Rogan. I'm a cop calling hoe. If there's too much noise up in this bitch, I will be calling the cops because noise pollution drives down property values. The presence of Walmart drives down property values. Your Walgreens drive down property values. White flight is real, and nobody wants you driving down the damn property values. Hell, people put time and energy and money into their home. Ain't nobody finna be dealing with y'all. It's not racist that people don't want to live around y'all. Maybe if you left your thuns and them niggas, then you'd be fine, but you won't do that. You have to hold on to them. Wherever y'all go, they are like an anchor around your neck. Y'all still drowning, but you still trying to swim to the top with them. I can't get, no.
Well, the thing is,
Here's the
for
deal,
my,
y'all. It's like this. Little stuff that mammies call petty actually does drive down property values. Let's step outside of the murder for a second, because we got the murder on the screen. Of course, that's going to drive down property values. Are you kidding me? Loud music that you can hear with the windows up, right? The way people park all in the street instead of in the designated parking area. Your grass not being cut. Chairs for hanging out on the porch, your barbecue happening in the front yard instead of the backyard, kids running in the street, Oh, let's not forget about the scooters that y'all sons love so much. Early on Saturday morning, all you hear is motors all over the place when they have parks for shit like that. Yes, this is why your home is supposed to be somewhere where you can chill, relax, and you should be able to hear a pin drop when you cut off all your shit in your house. But whenever you got these motherfuckers around, it's always bass booming, loud talking, mind your business, cups all over the goddamn place, and every fucking weekend is a party. Now let me ask you this, party people. How on earth are y'all the partyingest motherfuckers, but the most oppressed motherfuckers? Y'all some of the partyingest motherfuckers I ever seen in my life. I've never seen such happy, oppressed people. It's weird. Go ahead, Kyra, my bad.
No worries. It's interesting because we were talking about how black males have basically created sundown towns. For my ATLians, think about Atlantic Station. Black males have turned that into a sundown shopping center. You don't want to go to Atlantic Station after. You do not want to go there after it gets dark. During the day, it's fine. It's supposed to be a nice shopping area, but no. But hey, they did the same thing with Lenox, Phipps, everywhere.
That's part of what we're going over tonight in that video with old boy with all that period blood on his stomach. We're going to go over that. Let me put this up here real quick so I can see if there's dust abound. And here it is. I got 80 damn tabs open. Wagon engineers, are you dusty? Wagon engineers, are you dusty? Going once, going twice, and bye.
He did not do Bumblebee like that. I have so many issues with this right now. I'm about to find this.
This is y'all's man. This is y'all. These are the people that black women say are the kings and shit. Darling, they're trying to take your place. You can't have shit. They failed at manhood, so they're gonna try yours on for size. What?
that upsets me. I'm not gonna lie, like that. I feel a little personally attacked right now.
You are his enemy. I'm just gonna keep it real with you. You are his enemy. Everybody else that he claims is his enemy, he not fighting him. But when he see you, he going right upside your damn head with closed hand fists, and then he gonna throw on your goddamn pants, talking about he voluptuous and shit. What? Oh, I thought Aaliyah was going to say something. My bad. Moving right
Oh, he's voluptuous with those bow-leggeds.
Kyra, you in timeout.
Oh, no, I was just still talking about them constantly just dragging them around everywhere they go. I mean, I guess that for me, that's what gets me the most about stories like this. It's like, God damn. That's why I say, if it really came down to it, do not give a mammy the keys to the front door. Do not give them the keys to the kingdom, because I guarantee you they're not going to man the door. They're going to give a nigga all the shit and he going to be able to come right in there. That's all they do. Because I think about shit like that all the time. It's like, God damn, bitch, y'all done got y'all. And now, when I first moved where I am now, it was not like that. Now they can just get in and out as they please. They literally have codes to everything. I cannot go to my gym, and that just sucks to me.
Yeah, it's time to get the hell up out of there. Whenever I told y'all, 1, it raises an eyebrow. 2, put your purse next to you. 3, that's the Bloods and Crips. Get the fuck on out of there. Period. That's just how I do it. When I see 1, I'm like, okay, let's see if somebody's going to follow her in here. When number 2 comes, that's when that purse gets close to you. Number 3, that's a gang. Get the fuck on. It is what it is. They tear shit all the way up. And I don't care what anybody thinks about that shit. You're going to stop being delusional about what actually happened back in the day as far as racism and slavery goes. And you're going to get real about what's happening today now. What affects you now? Who's feeding alligators to babies now? Who's strangling you now? Right? Also, who's feeding you now? You don't want to talk about that part. All right. You get your ass up and you take your ass to Kroger. You know who owns that. You go to Winn-Dixie, you know who owns that shit. You go to Publix, you know who owns that shit. If all of them pulled all they shit out of your neighborhoods, baby, you'd be eating squirrel and tree bark on the side. That part. And you're going to be the one that have to kill the damn squirrel.
And don't be thinking you're going to be able to slide over to Super H, because guess who owns that? Not black men.
Super H got some crazy shit in there.
I know it is crazy, but you know, Mr. Lee has a grocery store, and don't think you can go over to Three Hermanos grocery store either.
Girl, I get my egg roll wraps out of Super H. What you talking about? Let me put this back. I do. Night Owl, are you dusty?
I am not dusty
Okay,
at all.
hold on right there. Kiss Clip 4, are you dusty?
I am not dusty. How you doing, DZ? Hi, ladies.
I'm fucking amazing. Night Owl, it's on you first.
I was at work and these women, these black women around me, they were talking about how black dick is the blessed dick and stuff like this. And I'm just like,
watching a content creator, because that sounds like a content creator to me.
I bet it does sound like sometimes content creators, because I've heard some content creators talking about that too. But I can assure you, I was at work and these women, I work at FedEx and they were
no, Night Owl, don't do yourself like that. Do you know how bad these motherfuckers can't stand divested black women? Don't tell nobody where you work,
girl. Listen, DZ, I don't care, because I'm ready to toe tag one of these MFs the minute they try and come at me, because I don't care about that.
I feel you, but don't make it easy for them, boo.
Yeah, we are unemployed over here. We unemployed, so you have to be unemployed with the rest of us. But like they was talking about, oh, I like black men because there ain't nothing better than a black man coming in and out of my, talking about how they be coming in out of their private parts and stuff. And I'm just like, you putting yourself in danger, sis. Like
at work, they're like,
I recommend them your
conversation at work.
Yes, they're just like the dudes. Wow. They're just like them black males at work. They be talking about everything else that's not even supposed to. That's not work. They're just like them.
If Dusties were good at making, let's just say, collard greens, do you know almost every black woman would say her favorite food is collard greens? They try to highlight what they think black men have going for them. And to be honest with you, to mammies, all they got is dick. And half of their problems come from that same dick. It's amazing. It's amazing. Thank you for sharing. It's on you, Kiss Clip.
Hey, DZ, I'm a driver. Let's just say I'm a driver around the world. And I be talking to my Brad sometime and I be schooling him on some of this stuff. Like he be like, I did not know that. It's amazing. He be like, he basically said, well, I used to think that black women didn't like us like that because we always hear black guys be saying, well, black women don't want y'all, black women. Where's they getting this from?
Well,
like, why they keep doing that?
They're getting it from black women. Take your ass to Facebook or Instagram, and any goddamn post that's talking about what a black woman prefers, she's usually saying black males. That's where they're getting it from. Plus,
but they keep trying to speak for black women. No.
Yeah,
No.
they do. We're outnumbered. That's the thing. Mammies outnumber us. I mean, it's astronomical. If you got 100 black women in a room, I doubt if one of them is even divested. I'm just gonna keep it real with you. We're outnumbered. So they do technically speak for us until we correct the narrative when we're around the people we're around. These black women, they are loud and proud about they dusty ass motherfucking men.
And another thing about the penis size. I mean, like I've smelt a couple of them as a driver of the rigs, and they stink, baby. I won't even go into the truck stop bathrooms. I kid you not. I have to take a shower sometime in my truck.
Yeah,
I kid you not.
I know they funky. And working as a nurse, listen. Them motherfucking nakers are so funky. It's almost as if they're waxing your eyebrows with the funk.
Yes.
Do you understand what I'm saying? You got to go check yourself in the mirror to make sure your eyebrows are still on your motherfucking face. Shit.
I'm just gonna say white cock is the right cock over here. I can't speak for these other motherfucking mammies. I don't know how y'all get turned on by somebody with no resources. The sexiest shit in the world to me is getting my mortgage paid and my back blown out. I don't know. I can't relate to this struggle love shit. Sorry.
Yes, all of that. All of that plus.
Well, the thing though is black males go around saying, well, black women don't like y'all and whatnot because they want to keep us isolated. Don't you get it? We are the resource in the black community. We're the ones that have the resources, that have the money. And again, we are the black male's welfare system.
Those of y'all that are esoteric and shit, I'm gonna have to snatch that out the air. Kyra is putting some words out here that I got to rebuke in the name of all sorts of gods. I ain't they man, ain't they woman, I ain't they man. I'm not part of their community.
Oh,
I'm not their resource. I'm not none of that shit. I had to go ahead and balance that out, sis.
I mean, I forget. Go ahead. I forget.
Well, that's true. We're talking about them. We are talking about them. We have already have already separated. But that's just why black males, try to spin that narrative, is because they don't want to, in their mind, lose the only thing that they have, even though they've already lost us and losing more and more of us every day. Thank you.
But here's the thing: white men got to stop falling for that shit too, because you are sitting there. What do you think the men are gonna tell you at this point? If you want to know what a black woman thinks or how a black woman feels, ask a black woman. Why would you be listening to what to a black man tell you what a black woman likes or wants? I mean, that you would
I
think
can
that
tell
would
you
be
why.
common sense.
I can tell you why, because usually groups of men don't talk about their women that way. They usually give their perspective on their women, the good and the bad. Well, with black men, they got all bad. Okay. Other races of men are not used to seeing men talk about their own women that way. So when you hear a black man speak and you don't know much about the black community, you're going to take it at face value because he supposedly know. I mean, he came from that community. What race of man would throw their women up under the bus, ride over them, and then back the fuck up right back over them?
Yeah, but I guess I'm still just wondering, like, at what point do you stop and think that this man is hating? That's basically what it is. He cock blocking. So at what point do you not say he cock blocking? That's exactly what it is.
Exactly. It seems to me that they are trying to. They don't like us black women, but they don't want no other race of man to want us. So they tell these. You'll be surprised how many white guys I talk to across the United States, and they say this. Wow, it's like when I tell them, like, "Oh my God, your eyes are so gorgeous," or this. They be shocked, like, really? They just have that look, like, really? I'm like, yes, like, wow, what's your name? And that's what I be hearing. I didn't think black girls liked us.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, mammies have fucked it up for those of us who do like them, because all they do is profess their undying love and recite all of this poetry, and they're just all over the place saying this stuff. And they have put that narrative out there that this is what they want. But I'm not gonna say that's not we, but as black women, they kind of put us all in the same category as black women when they put that shit out there. And it's like, no, bitch, that's why we had to get even louder, because it's like, no, you don't speak for me. Absolutely. I know I'm not dying for no black man. No, the black man is not king. No, he is not a god. I do not fucking agree. Now, what a Brad said.
Now, listen, I'm just going to keep it all the way 100 here. We all know why they so. I asked that the last time we were on this live. Why do you think that black men and mammies actively sow dissension between black women and white men? Because they've been assassinating both our characters for how long now? Because whenever something happens, it's the white man's fault for oppressing them, but it's black women's fault for raising them as single mothers. So it's always this comfortable narrative to keep you from talking to white men, which is all the more reason I tell black women, girl, go date out and divest all together if you can, because ain't nobody got time for this nonsense. You're going to get over there and find out that Brad's a whole new world. Prince Ali is a whole new motherfucking world, because white men don't approach black women. A lot of them are used to that abrasive approach. White men don't approach you like that. They gonna come. They are easy in their approach. They gonna tell a corny joke. They're gonna make you laugh. It's gonna be cute. It's gonna be endearing. But then, like, hey, shawty, what's going on with you, man? What I got to do to get your number? It's not gonna be like that. He's gonna be like, oh, hey, you look very pretty today.
Yo, let me tell you the first words my husband ever said to me. When do you graduate? That's the first thing he said. That was him coming on to me. When they say little corny shit like that, so you have to sift through it and see, what the real tea is. That was him making a move. What year do you graduate? That was the first thing he ever said to me.
Yeah, they're just trying to make conversation. And at the end of the day, I think I've always felt like they want to keep black women and white men separated because they understand the power that both have, and if they come together and realize that we both can handle shit at a certain level that not everybody else can handle, put those two together in the same room, and what do you think is going to happen? And then once it's like once the weak link is identified, they know they're done.
They have
They
to
know
keep
they're
black
done.
women and white men apart because guess what? Black men and white women are the providers of their respective groups. I'm just keeping it real with you. Black women usually are the breadwinners. White men are usually the breadwinners. So if those two clowns over there, the WW and the BM, lose their providers, then they're going to be in a hurt. So you have to put all this bullshit out here. Oh, yeah, black women really don't listen. It's not like that whatsoever. It's two different cultures, and you have to understand whenever somebody is constantly talking to you, making little corny comments, saying little cute stuff, he's usually that's his way of coming on to you. I just wanted to put that out there.
DZ, can I ask you? I'm a little bit confused. So you mean to tell me that your husband, when he first saw you, he didn't say, "Damn, Shawty, that ass is fat. Can I get your
Oh my
number?"
God.
Tyra,
She's at it again.
Tyra, if you don't stop.
She's at it again.
No, they don't do that. Like I said, that like my Brad was so corny. He's like, "Wow, what about this German weather today?" I was like, "Huh?" I was like, I mean, it's a little dreary, I guess. But he's like, yeah, it gets kind of gray. That's our first encounter, y'all. And then we saw each other. We kept running into each other. And the rest is just kind of history. They don't approach you abrasively. They're going to approach you like a gentleman. Hell, he was finally, after the corny shit was out of the way, he's like, well, what is your name? And, I'd love to get to know you. I know, like, it's just not going to be the same. So don't expect it. They're not going to just pounce on you like a goddamn goldfish trying to knock eggs out of you. They're going to actually want to talk to you, and they don't know how to approach you.
They are just disgusting and disrespectful. Like Kyra was just saying, I mean, it's funny, but at the same time, it's not, because that's exactly how they sound. They are so crude. Like, I actually had one tell me one day, he said, "You walk like you a freak." I'm like, how the hell does somebody walk? Like,
what does that even mean?
Exactly. Like, how the hell does a freak walk?
Oh my God, I would have called the cops.
Were you like steaking legging down the street or something?
That's why I say they say anything. That's the first place their mind goes. Like, it's just it straight into the gutter. Just get crude right off the bat. And it's like, you don't even know me.
They do get crude. They get real crude. I had my sister, right? This nigga told her, "Your ankles look like you got good pussy."
Oh wow.
I'm like, what the fuck does that even mean? Get your ass in the car right now. Let's go.
Now, my favorite instance is, when you're walking out in Atlanta, I'm sure in other cities, when you're walking and they roll up in a car just following you down the street trying to holler at you, like you're a damn prostitute. Y'all know that happens.
Black women like that kind of shit. I'm just keeping it real with you. They start
No, we don't.
smiling when these niggas, mammies do. They love that type of shit. That it's like, to them, it makes it seem like he's a go-get. He goes after what he wants, except that fucking job, huh, bitch?
Yeah.
But hey, it is what it is. They like being talked to like they crazy.
And typically, he's riding the passenger seat. Like, let's be real, he ain't even driving.
I had one try to help me, acting like, I'm gonna tell you another thing they do. They'll try to act like they're helping you. Then this guy here tried to help me. Then he went on. He was like, "Yeah, don't do that at the shipper. Don't do this because that C word called the white guy the C word." So I looked back to see what he was. I said, "Well, you hear him?" I said, "Yeah, he's fucking hot." He was like, "Oh, you one of them type. Oh, you one of them. You nasty bee." I'm like, bro, just get away from my truck.
Black women let them do that type of shit, and they respond to it. The next thing that should be happening when some nigga talking to you like that, you should be getting the fuck away and move quickly, because I've seen it to where, y'all, I get so much shit in my inbox. They had a woman in a freezer at a corner store, and because she didn't want to talk to them, they literally had her stuck in there, calling her that 50 bags of bitches until she finally responded to them. But it was like about 8 of them, and they were surrounding the freezer door, and all she can do was put her hands up and lay flat on the beverages that were in there because she wasn't trying to talk to them. So start power walking away when you're not fixing to give them what they're looking for, because they will touch your ass.
Mm-hmm.
Girl, what was her bang bang at? Because I know we can't say that other word up here now because I don't want to get you in trouble. What was your bang bang, sis? Because I mean, it's real hard for them to stand in the way when bodies is hitting the floor. I'm just saying. If you look, the way I see it is this: I will tell you once, hey, I'm going to use force, and you might not like that force. And I'm not talking about no damn Star Wars. I'm gonna use the other force. Okay. So
You talking about me?
no,
You
baby.
talking to me? Oh, me? I can't have that, with that work because I go, you know what I mean? I drive, tractors, trailer. Yeah, I'll be all over those, but we can't have them. And I told him, I just like, get away from my tractor. I tell him all the time, even when I'm pumping diesel, I have to go early in the morning, like about around 10 to make sure the truck stop is empty because I don't want them in my face. I had one trying to talk to me, to myself, oh, what truck that is? That a stick shift? What doesn't matter? What you built today? I mean, he walked away, he like a fat, I can't say that.
They literally be walking around looking like pregnant dolphins. Just
Yeah,
I can't deal with it.
I done forgot all about the Zaddy up here talking. Let me finish this
Oh,
shit
yeah.
up. My bad.
And like right after noon, he had opened the garage door and come out to his car with a water bottle.
According to court records, Kandawas Wikia Kahiri's father had called police on Friday to ask them to check in on Ramberg. Kahiri's father reportedly told officers that Kahiri had said Ramberg may be deceased, but wouldn't give his father any other details. On Friday, Reynoldsburg police searched the home on Rose Hill Road. They found 46-year-old Ramberg dead inside the trunk and soon arrested Kahiri.
We don't believe there's any reason for the public to be alarmed. They're not in danger.
Homicides are rare in Reynoldsburg, typically with only 2 a year on average.
Look at those numbers, y'all. They had not experienced any of that shit until he showed the fuck up. We talking about he committed the only H word, I guess, in that area. So when I tell y'all, when y'all bring y'all sons and shit, people are looking to put for sale signs in front of their property. It's an inconvenience, y'all. When you see them coming, it's like, oh my God, y'all know good and well I moved 2 Julys ago. Okay. For the very same fucking reason. Because I kept pulling out my driveway and I saw one too many. And before my property value went down, we sold. We got the fuck on. You got to accept what the fuck is happening and get out of the delusion. Like I said, I don't give a shit about slavery. I don't give a shit about no big what is that thing called? Shit log and none of that shit. I'm trying to be stable. I'm trying to be safe. I'm trying to put myself first. I'm not trying to worry about no electric and plumbing and all that shit there. That's y'all's baby crying. I'm not with the shit. So I need somebody to miss me with all that slavery talk. I'm telling you out of my own dick liquor. I don't care about slavery. Did you hear what I said? I said I don't give a fuck about slavery. Okay? Move on.
It's going to get to the point where they're not going to be able to rent anywhere. And to be honest with you, I don't feel bad about that. People can call that cold. That's why you got all these ones with these sons that got all these issues with us now all of a sudden. I'm just going to tell you right now, straight up, I don't give not one single solitary fuck. I just don't feel any way you want to feel about it. I'm sorry you won't have a place to live, but you brought this on yourselves. We've been trying to tell you. It's going to get to a point where most places have already stopped taking Section 8. So that means a lot of y'all going to be up shit creek. For the rest of you, once they find out you got a son, a husband, a man, a son, or anybody that is of the black male persuasion, either could potentially come to live with you or already living with you, I guarantee those leases are not going to be renewed, or they're just not going to rent to you at all at this point. And to be honest, I don't feel bad about it. I just don't. And people can feel any kind of way they want to feel about it. I mean, if they have to be homeless, so be it. This is the consequences for dragging them along everywhere, knowing that this is what happens. We've been telling you, try to control your fucking sons. You don't want to control your kids. You can't control your kids. You just want to sit up here and talk shit to other women. So this is what happens when you don't. So they're just not going to rent to you. And I don't feel bad about it.
I used to feel a type of way. I used to be, man, my cape used to flap every time. I got so many times, y'all, since I've been on YouTube by so many women and they sob story because, we end up falling out because they, once they get themselves together, they ready to go fuck their life up again, and I'm not going. Okay, been lied to, scammed, all kind of shit. So it took a while to get here. I still give a fuck about the black women that want to hear it, but those that sitting up here trying to, make a nigger comfortable, you can miss me. You and him can be in Tent City. Get y'all a little, what's that thing called? A hot plate, right? A nice little cardboard box outside from Best Buy. You could decorate that motherfucker, huh? Then you can get a little bowl and y'all can piss in it in the back. I don't give a fuck anymore. Since you don't care, I can't care for you. You have to care about yourself more than I do so that you can do the right thing for what you got going on. Seriously. I don't
They
give a shit if a
created
tent
this.
city that I don't care if it ain't nothing but black women, mammies in that tent city, because there has been several instances where a lot of these women could have got out of these situations that they're in, and they just waiting for something to happen for it to get better. This is not a fucking Disney movie. It's not going to get better. And if it does, it's going to be because you made it better. He's still going to go upside your head. You still going to be working hard. You still going to be the one that have to be the sex fiend and the cooker and the breadwinner and all that shit. And if that's what you call putting yourself first, then go right ahead, babe. Go right ahead.
Yeah,
Well,
go ahead, Holly.
well, my thing is the only people I feel sorry for in that situation are the little black girls stuck with them. But I don't feel sorry for the mammies. I used to, 2 years ago, DZ, when you came to YouTube, I was really about trying to save all black women and girls, and now I've changed. It's like, no, I don't want you mammies coming over here ruining my stuff, sinking my boat. No, if you're gonna stay on that bullshit, you need to stay over there. I'm not too sorry about the sons either, because you bring your sons into these neighborhoods and they cut up, and they don't wait till they're 18 to start cutting up too. Remember, DZ, when I told you about when I was walking my dogs and that little 14-year-old one boy was trying to
Yes.
hit on me and wouldn't leave me the fuck alone?
Yes, the smaller ones are the worst sometimes. They cause a lot of destruction. Because I know everybody who has lived in apartments and stuff, not necessarily bad apartments, but I know around summertime, this time of the year when the weather turns warm, spring, summer, this is the worst time. Kids everywhere. They let these kids do whatever the fuck they want to do. And these are some of the most destructive kids ever. They will just throw rocks at people, shit, scratch. I mean, they just sit up and be destructive for no reason out of boredom. It's like they don't have anything else to do. So let me just start tearing people's shit up.
But
And it's
think
like
about
that's
it.
Speaking
DZ,
of
I can.
walking dogs, hold up, y'all, because she was talking about walking dogs. You ain't even got to be in a relationship with these people for them to fuck you up. Okay.
2 men were arrested today in Montgomery County in connection with the shooting death of a pregnant 17-year-old last year. U.S. Marshals, a SWAT team, and Upper Marion Police arrested 20-year-old Halim Evans and 29-year-old.
This is the thing of my nightmares, y'all. You're looking at what hell would be for me to have to constantly deal with and see on a regular basis motherfuckers that look like this. That she's a pregnant teenager, that's already a fucking problem, but she wasn't bothering anybody. She was walking her goddamn dog, and these two motherfuckers got on her, and she's no longer with us. You don't even have to be in a relationship with them for them to be a problem. I talk about the relationships because they're voluntary. You don't have to get into these. She had to walk her damn dog. Okay, there was nothing she could do to prevent this except get away from that community where rodents like this roam. Okay, you can't be giving people the benefit of the doubt. You can't be, oh, I don't want to prejudge all this shit here. Her and her baby are not here. And on top of that, she was somebody's baby. She was only 17 years old. How innocent are you going to be out here? She's walking a dog, 17 and pregnant. That's if somebody said, say some innocent things, right? A pregnant girl walking her dog. I mean, what the fuck do you have against her? This is more proof that they don't like you or your children. They didn't know her.
And see, this is what I'm talking about. That's the reason why even if for those that think, if you think you're still gonna sneak a man to these neighborhoods, think again, because they're gonna get to the point where if you try that shit and you think you're just, well, that's fine, I'll just go and apply and get approved and then just move him in anyway. I just won't put him on the lease. Yeah, and when they find out that's gonna be a lease violation and they're gonna terminate your lease.
Those
Or like
whores
I
know they
said,
know that shit. But
yeah,
they're willing to risk it for this nigga. They
of
know good and
course.
damn well they can't have pets and goddamn niggas in the house. But to keep him happy, she's willing to become homeless for him.
Well,
A nigga,
then
a
that's
nigga
fine.
is a
That's why I
pet.
don't feel bad. They can be homeless together at this point. That's why I say that's fine, and that's why I don't feel bad.
But I thought
Mimi,
they were a pet, DZ.
child, don't get me to talking like a supremacist over here. Mimi, is this your account or are you Dusty?
Oh no, it's me, DZ. Hey, ladies of the chat. Sorry, I've been MIA for a little while, but speaking of they don't play when it comes to apartment complex. Just 10, maybe 10, 13 years, I still stay in the same place. I kid you not, I've never gotten one of those notifications of a certain type of person moving into a certain type of area. So they got to inform every single person. Come to find out, she lived right across the street, moved this dude in, and maybe like a week later, she had to move right back out.
I'm
Just
telling you,
because
they not playing.
just because she let this dude stay with her. And of course, by law, you have to report the things that you have done and gotten locked up for. You have to report to every single neighbor. And I kid you not, since she had moved, never got any type of notifications as far as that. Then there was another incident where a lady tried to move in one of these lowlifes. When they was on their way out because they violated the lease, he decides to break in every single body's car. But he started with my truck first. And just for me to be too comfortable, he found $300 in my armrest. So he thought things was sweet. So he started knocking down car doors, windows on his way out.
So in other words, he was being a black man. Is that what you're
Oh
saying?
yeah,
Okay.
of course. But that incident where the lady in Reynoldsburg, I am familiar with that area. Reynoldsburg is not that big. If you go 2 blocks, maybe east, you in the hood. So for them to just name, oh, Reynoldsburg, we only got one incident. No, check the 2 blocks down. There's all types of killings. So for them to just paint that picture like, yeah, people that knows, they know.
Listen, Gloria, I don't know what's going on. People accusing you of being a troll, but the link is down there, right? So if you trolling or if you're not trolling or whatever, this is an open panel tonight. So if you twerking, bring your twerk up here, okay? Don't troll the chat. I don't know if you're trolling or not accusing, but you're more than welcome to click the link, okay? Catherine says, DZ, there's a troll in the house. Look, I don't see all the comments, but I got my mods down there. And anybody want to come up here and twerk and try to, tell us what we said was wrong up here, you're more than welcome. I stand 10 toes down on everything I just said about slavery, right? White men, crime, and y'all dealing with niggas. So if you want to get up here and talk numbers, we can go ahead and do that. I hope you ain't loving on a black man when you get up here because I'm going to send you back with your tail between your legs. Wonderful. Let me go ahead because I think she's in the back. Let me find my banner. Where that sweet ass dude at? There he is.
No. Sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Gloria, are you down there twerking and Dusty? What's happening? Are you pleasuring yourself? What's going on, Gloria?
Hello.
Gloria, I don't know. I'm trying to stay community guidelines friendly. I'm just gonna call you what you said you was. You said you was Gloria. What are you down there saying in my chat where people think you're down there twerking?
Hey, baby, I'm prolapsed.
Okay.
Crackhead.
Listen, when you go to Google, type in fee associated mental health services. Okay. They'll go by your income and they'll, some of it is actually free. All right. So, Gloria, bye, child.
Good. What did you just get off the plantation 2 hours ago since you want to talk about slavery? Well, I was just doing this mess and I'm a stepping fetch girl. If you don't get your ass up out of here with that nonsense,
That was a dude.
Girl, a chick with a Girl,
Don't they know prolapse is like yo?
Be careful,
prolapse.
be careful, because I
Well-
know what it is. So be very, very careful.
I'm not going to finish it, but no, that's
She
the first
just
thing
finna
come
say
out
your
your mouth.
Boston fell out. Yeah.
You know they built up like us. Y'all want to tell me? Have y'all noticed that they are built like?
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
Y'all know they built up like women.
I just don't understand though. Like, why are all these bussy conquistadors always in the chat? Why don't y'all go do something? The only
They're
thing y'all can
obsessed.
conquer is ass. So go ahead and do that. Y'all been out here twerking and doing all this other shit. Why did it just never ceases to amaze me? They always want to be in women only spaces. Are you that bitch made that you can only sit with women? You can't match wits with any of us. Everybody on this goddamn panel is a titan in their own right. You might want to sit this one the fuck down.
Not even just women, Mistress Rogue. It's like there's so many other places he can go. Visit the Eagle, visit the Soap Lady, visit the Helmet. I don't know. Like
Exactly.
they will gladly talk to you. Of
Go
all
away.
women, why here? Why are you here?
They're have y'all noticed they built up? Have y'all ever paid attention to them? They built like women. They built like
Look.
yeah, I know.
This clip, be careful. We already know they voluptuous. We already
Yeah.
know they got titties and they got big old
Yeah.
booties and shit. We already know they trying to take those women's places. That's the best way I can put that while I'm up here. That's why they can't stand you. That's why they don't like you. They want you to move out the way. Remove the shit log from you and let him insert it into his bussy. You understand what I'm saying? They
Yes.
got BBLs and all kind of stuff. So just let them,
It's so hard to talk up here.
It is. That's why my ass be stuttering all the time because I can't. You can't say certain shit up here. Yeah, no.
Quick question, Easy.
Yes,
Quick
ma'am.
question. Then Kyra, I'll let you go right after. But quick question: did she say that these nigga dactyls was 20 and 21 and what avocado days? That motherfucker look like he 460. He older than Methuselah. How the fuck you young but aging like Benjamin Button? What are you doing out here?
Girl, they look terrible. They look terrible. Y'all got on my ass last time I showed y'all how ugly they actually are. Let me move these two remedial ass weirdos from up here. Do we have us another one? Tapioca. Wait a second. I have to show how ugly these people's sons are before I fuck with you. Right? So give me a second.
I know it ain't just me, but when you roll a blunt,
that's what I see. That's what I see when I see them. That's how all of them look to me. Now, where the fuck is my banner?
You trying to give me nightmares with Cradle Face again.
That part.
That's
It's
what
a
they
little
look
bit
like
of
to me.
Lawrence Fishburne and Craig Mack. Like, what the
That picture, I have to audibly scream just to like kind of process it through my body. Like I have to scream some. Like it's so bad.
Tapioca, are you dusty? Oh, poor baby. Bye, Tapioca. I hope you ladies felt so good about the attention you received tonight, whether you identify as one or not or whatever. But everything we said in here tonight is pure D facts. These niggas don't give a shit about you, right? I am tired of hearing about the barbarism of slavery. I really am. If you don't understand what it takes to conquer someone, then I don't know what to tell you. It's not a first date. It's not nice. It's very bloody. It's very, it's the thing of nightmares. But when you're trying to conquer somebody, that's what you have to do. Point blank the fuck, period. Okay. Anybody got anything before I go start some shit in Discord?
Yes, Elon Musk, please take over YouTube so we can speak eloquently about the claims.
This would be so much easier if it wasn't for the community guidelines. God
Exactly.
damn.
Come on, Elon Musk. What are you waiting on, baby, with his fine ass?
Let's go, y'all.
Boy, we had a time last night. Boy, we had a time last night.
Bye, y'all.
Good night,
Bye.
everybody.
Thank you.